This program is proudly brought to you by the VAFA Live Official app. With live scores, team stats, player stats and much, much more. Everything you need for the VAFA in the palm of your hand. Download it from the App Store or Google Play now.
Good afternoon, this is Gerard Gleeson. I'm here at Elstonwick Park, VAFA headquarters, where this afternoon in the first semi-final, Scobs have beaten Collegians by 31 points. And I have the victorious coach here with me, Guy Martin. Guy, after several weeks of sort of pretty ordinary footy, you found it today. What was the turnaround?
You don't like admitting it. I said before the game to the radio guys, unfortunately, we've had a bit of a history of playing some average games in meaningless games, and I use that term real loosely, but some teams that obviously weren't playing finals and were never really playing finals, we sort of probably haven't performed. Mm-hmm. And we did that a couple of times the last couple of years as well. So while it was concerning and I wouldn't like to do it that way, I was pretty confident that elimination final, loser out sort of stuff, it just brings the best out of the guys, and the focus is really pointed towards what we needed to do. So I'd love to say it was coaching masterstroke and things we changed, but I think the guys' attitude and mindset, they know that there's a difference between round 16 against the side that's not making finals, when we're pretty much locked into finals, versus an elimination final, third best fourth. So, yeah. And
look, no disrespect to Collegians, but I thought a major difference today was the all-round team performance. Yep. You had 22 contributors today. I think they struggled a bit around the fringes. What did you think?
Yeah, you listen to our pre-match. That was a big thing, 22 role players, especially when the weather gets a bit like this. It's a hard day for people to be best on ground. Well, it might have been one or two that I reckon were pretty handy for us. But it's about guys contributing, and the conditions really, mean that you have to have that sort of 22 contributors and keep it really simple. And I just spoke to Joyce after the game really quickly, and he sort of acknowledged that we probably played the conditions better. We were pretty simple. We were strong over the footy. We got it moving our way. And as you said, everyone was even. Our bottom six were as good as our middle or even top six. So we were really happy with today's performance, and really happy just to stay alive for another week, I guess. Yeah. And
look, to be controversial, the Seconds had a really good win yesterday. Any selection dilemmas for next week?
Well, Lockie Sullivan, they got knocked out from Footscray yesterday. Yes. So I think he'll come back in, which means obviously someone's going to miss out from us. Yes. James Strauss is coming along. Big Lockie Farrugia unfortunately played reserves yesterday. That was based around the weather. We looked at the radar or the forecast and saw it was going to be the weather that it was. So Farrugia's been really good for us. Playing our flag last year, he went down because we just didn't need to be that tall. And whilst it was hard to do, it was the right call. And once the weather was what it was today, I was really happy we did it. Yeah. But hey, if it's dry and Xavier a bit taller, he could come back in for a smaller defender. So there's a couple, but it's hard dropping. It's hard changing a winning team, isn't it?
And I noticed a little ruse with James Strauss before the game. Threw a panic into our works.
So I texted him yesterday saying, do you want to just... Cause he's all right, he can run around. It's sort of when he's under fatigue. Yeah. I just had a thought, gee, what if someone wakes up with they had a dodgy curry for dinner last night, or slips coming out of the shower this morning, and we don't have any backup because obviously all our reserves played yesterday. Right. So I just said, look, bring your boots, warm up. You never know, we might need him just to sit in the forward pocket for half the game. Because he can run, he's fine, it's just under fatigue we're issued with him. So another week of training, I'd say it'd be a good chance to play footy next week. Whether he plays with the ones or the twos is I don't know, that's what we're going to decide, I guess.
Well, Guy, congratulations on a great team win, great team performance today. So now I'd like to pass over to my colleague Christian, who will have the coach of Collegians.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry. Here with me is one of the assistant coaches of Collegians, Scotty. Look, first of all, it was a game where St Kevin's maybe adapted to conditions a bit earlier on. What were the simple things that you really tried to drill into the boys and that we just didn't work out in the end?
It's conditions like this. It's contested ball, isn't it? They really set the tone well early. Their midfield grinded away, but I think they just adapted to the slippery conditions, surged the ball through contest and didn't try and be too cute with it, and I thought that's really where they got us early.
Now, I don't want to dread too much on the loss too much, but There was an injury in the third quarter to one of not just Collegians' best players, but one of the better players in the competition, Viv Michi. What's first thoughts on that one? It didn't look great.
No, just his ankle. Said that it kind of went under him in a contest and just couldn't put any weight through it. And when you lose one of your best players, or as you said, one of the best players in the league, it really does affect where you're going. But by then, the game was probably already done. They'd done all their work in the first half and really put us away. So,
one of the stalwarts of the Collegians Footy Club, Trent Zimbach's played his final game for the club today. Just talk a bit about the way he can just adapt to players around him and build everyone in, and what he's done for the club.
He's genuinely one of the most inclusive blokes I've ever played footy for. I had the pleasure of playing 12 years with him. Came to the club when we were in B grade, was there through the whole progression up to A grade, and to be honest is probably one of the main reasons that we've played in 7 of the last 10 grand finals. Played in 2 grand finals himself, and is an absolute stalwart of the Big V. Won the Big V Spirit of the Big V award himself. So he's not only is he a great football player, but he's an absolute ripping bloke. And you'll even ask half the Skeds boys that they real big fans of him. So
it's awesome to hear. That'll be all from us for wrapping up another season for the Collegians here at Elsternwick Park, where they have been defeated by St Kevin's by 31 points.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.